Hey Sparkle Squad, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Jasmine and welcome to my channel. Today's video, I am going to be sharing with you guys how to do a single toe loop in figure skating. So this video is basically going to go over all of the basics on how to do a single toe loop, and without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, so before we get started with how to do a toe loop, I wanted to share with you guys what is required to do a toe loop. So basically all you need to do a toe loop is a nice and solid Waltz jump, because Waltz jump is the base for every single jump. So you want to make sure that your Waltz jump is nice and solid and consistent and you feel comfortable doing it. And if you guys want to watch my video on how to do a Waltz jump, I'll have that link down below in the description box if you want to check it out. Alright guys, so there are 3 different entries that you can do into your toe loop, and I'm going to share them all with you, and you can decide which one you like the best, or you can try all of them and then decide after you get your toe loop. So the very first entry that we have is an inside 3 turn into your toe loop, so basically an inside 3 toe loop. This is one of the most common entries that a lot of beginners use. I don't personally like that entry because it's really swingy. The one that I really prefer is an outside 3 turn step back into your toe loop. So you go 3 turn, toe. That one is my personal favorite, and that's also another one that you can keep up until you work on your doubles, triples, and you don't have to keep changing your entry. And then the last one that you have is a mohawk step back into your toe. So that's basically the same, it's just mohawk, step back, toe. That one's basically the same as the 3 turn one, but that one is also less common than the 3 turn one, and basically, it helps you check more, so if you have trouble with swinging your toe loops, that one is definitely a great option. Alright guys, so for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be demonstrating all of these exercises using the 3 turn step back toe loop, because that is my preferred method, and I feel like that one is also one of the easiest ones to learn, and it also helps prevent you from swinging your jumps. So basically that is what I'm going to be doing. If you guys have another preferred choice that you've already been using for your toe loop, or that you're just starting and you feel like that one might work better for you, definitely go for that one, but just switch those out in the exercises that I'm showing you guys. Alright guys, so before we actually get started with learning how to do a toe loop, I wanted to go over one of the most common mistakes that I see beginners do on their toe loop, and this is something that's really going to hurt you, especially when you get into moving on doubles and triples, because this is actually a really bad habit, and once you get used to doing it, it's really hard to break. So this is the point where you should break it. Okay, so basically a lot of people, when they are new to learning their jumps, they go like this. They're here, they pick back, they do whatever entry they want, they're doing their pick, they go here, and they completely turn forward and then go into their waltz jump. Of course, a toe is actually based off of a waltz jump, so they are really similar, and there is actually a waltz jump in a toe loop, but the wrong here is you don't want to go here and turn like that, because then if you would do that in competition or stuff like that, then you would actually get that called under rotated, and it's also called known as either a toe waltz jump, a toe axel, and stuff like that, and that is really bad. So if you guys notice that you're starting to do whenever you pick, and you notice that you start to turn into your waltz jump, make sure that you stop that automatically, because that can really hurt you in the future. Alright guys, so now we're actually going to get started with how to do a toe loop. So basically we're just going to start off by doing the entry that we chose. So I'm just going to do my outside 3 turn, and I'm going to push back, and once I get here, I'm actually going to make sure that when I pick, I want my toe pick facing out. So if you guys can see, I'm going to come a little bit closer that you guys can see it, but when I pick, my toe pick is actually facing out and my hips are turned towards the boards, because you always want to be open. You don't want your foot to be here when you pick, because that can swing you around, and you also don't want your foot to be too far here, because then if you jump, you're going to jump and run into the boards. So you want to make sure that your foot is nice and behind you, and you want it turned out, because this is actually going to help when you go into the jump. So once we're here, what we're going to do is this foot that is standing on the ice, we're going to slide it through. So we're just going to bring it in, and we're almost going to go into a T pose position, if you guys can see, this with our feet, and we're just going to go like this, back and forth And we're just gonna work on this motion until we get comfortable with it. All right guys, okay, so once we have that motion down, what we're going to do is we're going to start adding a jump to it. So once we get here, we have this nice slide. We're not gonna turn forward and do a waltz jump because that is actually going to be really bad. What we're gonna do is we're gonna be right here, we slide through, and we're actually going to go from here, we're going to like try and balance on our toe pick and jump forwards. Almost, if you think about it, it's almost similar to a mazurka, if you guys know what a mazurka is. So a mazurka, you actually go here and you slide and you jump like that. That's basically the basis for our toe loop. So all we're going to do is we're going to go here, put our toe behind us, slide through, and we're going to jump forwards. And we're going to work on that motion until we start to get comfortable with that, and we can do that basically whenever we want. Alright guys, so once we get comfortable with that motion, what we're going to do is we're actually going to try and we're going to add like another quarter rotation. So now we're landing forwards. What we're going to try and do is we're actually going to try and land like almost 3/4 of a rotation. So what we're going to do is we push back, we have our toe pick in the ice, we're going to slide through, jump, and we're just going to land here. And that's basically all we're going to do. We're slowly adding the rotations to this jump, so that's going to make it a lot easier for us. And sorry if you can hear the rain in the video. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but it's really loud. I just wanted to say sorry in advance. But let's continue with our toe. So we're here, we're going to push back, we're in our toe pick, and then we're going to slide through, jump, just like that. And then after we do that, we can even push out and go into our landing position. All right, so now what we're going to do is we are going to do our full toe loop. So we're just basically going to land going backwards, and we're going to land on both feet, and we're going to push out into a landing position. So we're going to be here, our toe pick is behind us, we slide through, for rotation, land on 2 feet, and we're going to push out into our landing position, just like that. So we're going to do that again. And actually, this time, once we get that, what we're going to do is we're going to add in our decided entry. So I'm just going to go with my forward outside 3 turn, step back, jump, and land. And then we're going to work on that with whatever entry we choose until we get comfortable with doing that. Alright guys, so now what we're going to do is we're actually going to put everything together, and we're still going to be landing on 2 feet. We're going to take this nice and slow. We're going to be landing on 2 feet, but we're going to only do it for a split second, and then we're going to quickly lift our landing foot up into our landing position. So once we do that, this is what it should look like. So we're going to go, we're going to do our entry, jump, land, and then push out. Almost automatically. You want that motion to be nice and quick, and it's going to mimic almost basically landing on 1 foot. So I'm going to do that one more time, and we're going to work on that until we get comfortable with it. So we're going to push, step back, toe, jump, land, just like that. All right, so now we are ready to try our toe loop landing on 1 foot. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into our entry. We're basically doing what we have been doing this entire time. So we're going to go, do our entry, do our jump, and then we're going to just land on 1 foot like what we've been doing for waltz jump and Sauerkraut. So you guys should be familiar with this already. So we're going to go here, we're going to push, step back, toe in the ice, jump, and land on 1 foot. So once we got that motion down, I'm actually going to go over what our arms are doing. So you always want your arms to be straight out. You never want them hanging down by your side whenever you do your 3 turn, because that doesn't look really pretty. You want them nice and strong. And we're going to do our 3 turn or whatever entry we want, step back, and whenever we jump, we're going to bring our arms in, and we're going to check out with our arms nice and strong to the side. So we're just going to work on that toe loop motion until we get familiar with it, and then later we're going to add speed. Okay, Okay, so now we are going to add speed to our toe loop. And trust me, you guys got this. If you guys can do all of those steps, then you guys can do a toe loop with speed. Trust me, it's really easy. It's easier than it sounds, but you guys got this, and I believe in all of you. So all we're gonna do is we're going to take a couple of crossovers, and we're going to do our 3-turn, step, toe loop, and land. Once you have more speed in the beginning, we're gonna have more speed on the landing, so we're gonna be able to hold that landing for even longer. All right guys, so now I'm gonna show you what all of the other entries, takeoffs look like with speed, just so that you guys can get like a sort of kind of idea of what it should look like if you guys chose to do one of the other takeoffs. So now I'm gonna do this. Guys, so that is how you do a toe loop. I wanted to say sorry again for if you guys could hear the rain. It was pouring outside, but now it's a little bit quieter, so I hope that it wasn't too bad during the video. But yeah, I hope that this video helped you guys get your toe loop, and it was helpful, maybe even gave you some tips, even if you already have your toe loop, to make it even better. But yeah, if you guys have any other video that you want me to do, leave those in the comments down below, and I would love to do those for you guys, because these videos are a lot of fun for me. But I hope that you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Love you guys. Bye.